Hello, welcome to our next piano lesson. We're going to continue with the left hand music, so hopefully we've got that up on the screen. We've already played the first three systems of music. We played two pieces where we looked at the letters in the left hand: C, B, A, G, F. We looked at them as minims, which are worth 2 beats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And we looked at them as crotchets, which are worth 1 beat. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. We also had a go at playing some little pieces of music in the bass clef. The first piece was in 4/4. Remember, the top number tells you how many, the bottom number tells you what. It's just like a fraction. So the 4 at the top tells you there are 4 beats of some kind or other, but it doesn't tell you what kind. That bottom number, remember, is a code, and 4 is the code for crotchets. So 4/4 means 4 crotchets in a bar. We played through 2 pieces, one in 4/4 and one in 3/4. Now, if 4/4 means 4 crotchets in a bar, 3/4 must mean 3 crotchets in a bar. Our next piece, which is the 4th line of music on the page, is in 2/4, so that must mean 2 crotchets in a bar. We're going to put our left hand onto the piano with our thumb on middle C, second finger on B, third finger on A, fourth finger on G, little finger, the 5th finger on F. Remember, we've got that nice relaxed bear claw, not some sort of tense angry bear, and not a flat hand, and certainly not, be careful, falling off the cliff edge and playing like this. You want to have your wrist lifted up. So you've got a nice flat surface here. You could even balance a pencil on it if you wanted to make sure it was nice and flat and it didn't roll off. Okay, here we go. We're looking at the first note in this piece of music in 2/4. That's the 4th piece of music on the page. It's a G. So we're going to use our 4th finger to play G. As I look ahead, I can see that the next bar, the notes move up one to A. And then the 3rd bar, it's going to move up to B. But then look, I've got the B and then a space to a space. I must be missing a note out. I'm not going to play the A. I'm going to go straight from the B to the G. So far, those have all been crotchets. But now I've got a G on a minim worth 2 beats, and then a big jump all the way up to my thumb to middle C, and that's worth 2 beats as well. In the next bar, I've gone from the middle C, which has a line through it, to the A, which also has a line from it. So remember, if you go from a line to a line with a space in between, or a space to a space with a line in between, you're going to be missing a note out. They're not going to be next door. The end of the piece, we've got the G as we began with on a crotchet, missing the A, going straight up to the B, so a space to a space. So we've got to be able to go from the G to the B and not accidentally play the A, and finishing on middle C for 2 beats. And there we see the double bar line, which tells us we've reached the end of the piece. Let's have a go at this. We're not going to go really fast. And then when we've had a practice, we might see if we can build speed up. With any piece of music, whatever instrument you're playing, learn it slowly first. Speed is the last thing to come. And remember, fingers are stupid. Human beings are brilliant, but fingers are stupid. And if you do something wrong, they go, oh, okay, I'll do it like that again. So you don't want to practice in mistakes, because fingers will just remember it and keep doing it. Go slowly enough that you don't make mistakes, and then your fingers will learn how to do it right. Okay, let's have a look at this piece. I'll give us an empty bar of count. 1, 2, G, G, A, B, G. Oh, am I playing the wrong piece? I've just spotted a mistake in the music. Oh my goodness! Look at the 3rd bar. Let's have a look at that. How many beats in that bar? We've got a crotchet on the B, we've got a crotchet on the G, and we've got a minim on the G. That's 4 beats. We're only supposed to have 2 beats in a bar. There should be a bar line between those 2 notes. I'm going to say that was a deliberate mistake, but it really wasn't. I just forgot I was in 2/4 and let it be a 4/4 bar. Okay, I'm going to have to imagine a bar line there. Right, here we go. We'll start again. Remember, we're saying the letter name as we're playing it. Then we're getting all bits of our brain to really work on this. Okay, here we go again. Empty bar. 1, 2. G, G, A, B, G, G, 2, C, 2, A, 2, G, B, C, 2. Okay, we're going to play it again. This time, I'm not going to say the letter names, but I want you to give it a try, okay? As you're playing, try and say the letter names. Here comes the empty bar. 1, 2. Remember, that last note has to be exactly 2 beats. You go 1, 2, off. There you go. How did you do with naming the letters? It's tricky at first, but the more you do it, the easier it gets, and then you'll become so familiar with those letter names that you'll automatically think them when you see them written down. And then you'll be able to play lots more. Okay, let's have a look at our last left-hand piece now. We're back to 4 crotchets in a bar, 4/4. So hopefully I haven't made any mistakes on this piece of writing. No, it looks okay. Phew. Okay, we've got our 4th finger on G and our thumb on C. Remember, this is the closed hand position. You're not always going to be playing the piano like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes your fingers are going to move out and go all over the piano. But for the moment, we're just practicing the closed 5-finger position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here we are with our left hand. We're starting on G and going straight up to C, so be ready for that big gap. We've got 2 notes in between that we're not going to play. We're going from our 4th finger to our thumb and then back to our 4th finger. So look at that seesaw. That's very helpful whenever you see that in a piece of music, that you've left a note to go somewhere else and then come back to it. You can remember where you've left. It's easier to find it afterwards, okay? Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, C, 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 G, A. What did I do? I did 1, 2, 3, 4, G. That's not right. Why isn't that right? Can you see why that isn't right? Yes, that first bar is not a whole bar. It's only got 1 note in it. That's called the upbeat. So what we need to do is count 1, 2, 3 and then play the G on the 4. Okay, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. G, C, 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 G, A, B, 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 G, C. I was counting 1, 2, 3 in my head, so I came off at the last moment. Do you remember that dotted note? It's a minim, so that's worth 2 beats, 1, 2. And if you cut a minim in half, can't even say that, you'd end up with 2 single beats. So half of a minim is actually a crotchet. So I'm adding a crotchet to my 2 beats to end up with 3 beats. That's what a dotted note is. It adds half the value of the note, and half the value of a minim is a crotchet. So that's half of 2 is 1, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So I know that I've got 3 beats. Let's have another go at this, but this time I'm not going to say the letter names. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fingers in position, hand nice and relaxed. We're good to go. 1, 2, 3. Did you come off at the right moment? Did you say all the letter names? Lovely. Next time we're going to start putting our hands together and playing music with 2 notes going at the same time. So to get ready for that, let's keep those finger exercises going. you could also do is put your thumb on middle C of your right hand, and if you stretch your little finger one note below and then move your hand position down a bit, so we're not having our thumb of our left hand on middle C, we're going to move it down to the B instead. Now your fifth finger is no longer on F, it's moved down to E, and we can do this. So far, we've been doing what's called contrary motion, with our fingers going in opposite directions. They go away from each other and then they walk back to each other, almost like a mirror. But by shifting my left hand down one note, so that my little finger is now on E instead of on F, and my thumb is on B instead of on C, now we can go in what's called similar motion. So I'm starting with the bottom end of the keyboard for both hands, which means my thumb in my right hand, but it means my little finger in my left hand. And so I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my right hand, but I'm going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in my left hand. And when I come down, I'm going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in my right hand, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this may feel quite weird because our fingers have got quite used to, okay, I'm going to use both my thumbs, I'm going to use both my second fingers, I'm going to use both my third fingers. That's all quite straightforward. Now I'm asking you to pair up little finger with thumb, fourth finger with second finger. The third fingers do get to play at the same time. But then fourth finger with second finger and thumb with little finger. It's going to feel a bit weird at first, so don't go fast. Let's have a little try. Once you feel a bit more confident about that, try playing it without that nice smoothness and join, what we call our chewing gum sounds, our legato, because the notes are all laid down next to each other. Instead, let's do a bit of popcorn. Let's do a bit of staccato. Now, the trick with that is you don't want your hands to fly away from the keyboard, because then you've got to come back and find the notes each time. Where are these two? Yes, oh, help, I'm not sure. Oh, it's all going to go wrong. Keep your hand really still. Make it just your fingers that are jumping off the piano so that your hands remain, whoops, hit the music stand. Your hands remain nice and steady. Have a look. That's quite hard to do. Imagine that the keys are hot and you think, ouch, oh, too hot, ow, I don't want to burn myself. It's like hot chips. Don't want to touch the hot chips. I still want chips, but I just don't want to have to touch them. Oh, hot. Okay, so that's some things to practice for next week when we're going to start playing with two hands together. See you next time.